Hi and welcome back to my channel for a card making video. I thought I'd take out my Brushos and have a little play with them because I need some more Christmas cards for this year. And I'm also playing with the Rubber Dance textured Christmas greens. And here I'm stamping two of the flowers with Versamark ink, and I will emboss them with white powder. In addition to the Brushos, I also use the Nuvo Shimmer powders. These are similar to Brushos. The difference is that they have shimmer in them, so you get a nice shimmery look to your backgrounds. After I've heated the powder, I am adding some more embossing with the Stampendous embossing enamel. I believe this is the aged ivory color, and I just sprinkle it on top of my card and then heat set it from underneath because I don't want to blow away the whole powder. And this adds some lovely glittery sprinkles to the card. I'm also spritzing my card from underneath to avoid the warping before I go in with the Nuvo Shimmer powders. And I try to wet the whole card evenly. It's not so easy because the paper curls up because of the embossing. And I try to let the paper soak up the water a little so that everything is nice and smooth, and I don't want to get too many puddles. By the way, I'm using the Canson XL watercolor paper for this card. And now I'm going in with the Nuvo Shimmer powders. I'm spreading the colors around with a brush, and if I have a puddle of water, I just soak it up with the brush. And while this background is drying, I'm creating another one. I'm using the Crystal stamp this time from the set, and I also emboss it with white powder. I also add some of the Stampendous embossing enamel. I believe the color is called Hunter. I am not sure, but I will list every supply and every color I've used in my description box. I am not sure if these Stampendous enamels are still available, but I believe Ranger came out this year with some new powders, and I think these might be similar to those. This time I start with the dry paper and add the brushes on top before I go in with the water. I have the feeling that the Brushos are much more pigmented in comparison to the Nuvo shimmer powders, because you need much more shimmer powders to get the same intensity. And I also prefer the bottle of the Brushos with the homemade hole in the lid, because the powders don't come out in a big blob. They are just if you add salt to something, you can sprinkle them all over the page, and with the Nuvo shimmer powders you get a big drop with this bottle, and that's not my favorite. Again, I am spreading around the color with a brush and soak up excess water. I'm creating another background. This time I have a rectangle card base, and again I'm going in with embossing first. I used the Pines Fir Yew stamp set from Rubber Dance, and I stamp it with Versamark ink and then emboss it with white powder. I added some of the enamel as well because I really love the sprinkles on the cards. It looks like snowflakes, I think. All my backgrounds are dry now, and if I have some excess color on the embossed areas which I don't like, then I use a baby wipe and wipe them away very carefully. I have prepared some die cuts to decorate my cards. This one on top is a house row from Marianne design, and I cut it from white cardstock, and now I'm embossing the sentiment on the bottom. The sentiment stamp is also from Rubber Dance. It comes with the Winter Wonderland stamp set, and I've used Wow silver embossing powder. I finish up the card by gluing down the bottom piece, and finally I will mount everything to a card base. For my next card, I have die cut the sentiment Merry Christmas from Stamplorations, and I've die cut it 3 times and glued the pieces on top of each other to create a dimensional piece. This looks much more interesting in comparison if you have just one die cut of the words. I just glue this down and mount everything to a card base. And for the last card, I have also die cut Merry Christmas. This is also a die from Stamplorations, and I've cut it once from glitter cardstock and once from normal white cardstock, and also glued the glitter one on top of the white one to create more dimension. To finish this card up, I also added to a card base. By the way, I have die cut the backgrounds with a stitched frame die. And here you can see the finished cards. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope we see us next time. Bye!